Hello everyone and welcome to the BFB My Way. This is the no split version. Obviously I would say the post split version after it, because the pre-split version will be the same thing as this one. So still, honestly, I think everyone Fanny would be eliminated just because she's like a good character now, but in BFB 1 she was kind of okay. Then Beep, I think still Leafy would be eliminated. Just I don't really like Leafy as a character. Then in episode 3, Tim Ice Cube loses, and Bracy will probably still be eliminated. Yeah. And then nice people off from Nation are Death Pact, and I think that Pie would be eliminated. She didn't even appear in the episode. Like, I don't know how she didn't get eliminated in Kanan. And now we go back to Beep, and I think that everyone here, David would be eliminated still. Well, not still, but yeah, I think her body just has a lot more potential than him as a character. Then the losers, and I still think that loser would be eliminated just because. And then better than that loses, and I would want Robot Flower to be eliminated. And then next would be Free Food. Everyone here, Yellow Face would be eliminated. Yeah. And then Beep would lose again, and Roboti would be eliminated now. And now it's time for the rejoin. And I still think that Leafy would still join onto the losers. So it'd be one on around every 9 eliminations. So yeah. Or it would be like a debut in BFB 16, but yeah. So then as people who lose are Ions. And I think everyone here, Flower, would be eliminated. Because I don't really like her as a character either, so but yeah. And then Team Ice Cube would lose, and I think everyone here, Spongy, would be eliminated. And then Blah would lose, and Teardrop would be eliminated. I really don't like Teardrop. She's like my least favorite character. Then Team Ice Cube would lose, and I think that Barf Bag would be eliminated. And now it's the debut. I think that Winner would debut, and he would debut onto Beep. So yeah, now this is where the split happened, but before the debut and everything, this is where the split happened, but this is no split, so yeah. Okay. And so 5th elimination would be for Death Pact. I think that everyone here at bottom would be eliminated. 6th elimination would be for Better Than That. I think that everyone here at TV would be eliminated. 7th elimination would be for Free Food. I think that Belle would be eliminated. And then 8th elimination from the losers. I think that Cake would be eliminated. And the 9th elimination, I think would go on to Alliance. And I think that Snowball would be eliminated. And now it's time for the rejoin. And so out of everyone here, I think that loser would rejoin. Just because he has a whole plot arc with Winner. But he would go on to Team Ice Cube. And speaking of Team Ice Cube, they lose the challenge. And I believe that Bommy would be eliminated as our first eliminated person. And then second person eliminated would be from Blah, and I think that Taco would be the second person eliminated. And now I think it would be the losers, and I think that Clock would be eliminated as our third one? Yeah, as our third contestant. And then it would be Ions, and Ions would lose Lightning. I think that's our 4th one. And here's where new teams would be. It would be 5 teams and 9, so let me try to make those. Now, here are the teams. You got the Ioncers. Well, I'm probably not going to really call them by their group name, because it's basically Ions and Team Ice Cube, Ions and the losers group together. You got Beep and A Better Name Than That group together. You got more of a Better Name Than That, and the Team Ice Cube group together. You got free food and some death pack put together. And you got more death pack put together and blah. So I probably just go on team 1 through 5. And this thing, I think team 2 would lose and Aggie would be eliminated. And then next episode as our 5th eliminated contestant. I think next episode, I think team 3 would lose. I think that Grassy would be eliminated. And then as our 6th. And I think team 1 would lose. I think that Needle would be eliminated as our 7th. Yeah, 7th contestant. And then team 5 would lose. I think that Dora would be eliminated as our 8th contestant. And then I think that that team 4 would lose, and I believe that Stapy would be eliminated as our 9th? Yeah, 9th. And now it's time for the rejoin. And I believe that out of everyone here, I think that that Snowball would come back, and he would come back on team 3. So yeah. And this episode, team 2 would lose, and Rocky would be eliminated. And then team 5 would lose. I think that Remote would be eliminated as our 2nd person eliminated. And then the team 1 would lose, and that Leafy would be eliminated as our 3rd. And then team 3 would lose, and that Fiery Jr. Nelly would be eliminated as our 4th. Then team 5 would lose again, and I think that Pillow would be eliminated as our 5th. And then team 3 would lose, and that Basketball would be eliminated as our 6th. And then I think that team 2 would lose, and that Cloudy would be eliminated as our 7th. And then I think that team 4 would lose, and Foldy would be eliminated as our 8th. And for our last one will come from team 2, and I think that Woody would be eliminated. And so now it's time for another debut where Profiley debuts, and he will debut onto team 5. And team 4 would lose, and Marker would be our first person eliminated. And then let me count real quick. And now it's time for new teams. We're gonna have 4 teams of 8. Yeah, let me just make those. Okay, here are the new teams. Basically, this is based off of Friendly. Like, obviously, you got a lot of free spawn here, like the Bros Tree over here. You got a lot of the Death Pactors, winner and loser over here. Also, 10 spawn golf ball over on that team. And then this team is just kind of like the randos. So, yeah, team 4 I think would lose, and I think Saw would be eliminated as our 2nd? Yeah, 2nd, because Profiley just joined. So, yeah. I think that team 4 would lose again, and I think that Puffball would be eliminated as our 3rd. And I think that team 2 would lose, and I think that Balloony would be eliminated as our 4th. And I think that team 3 would lose, and I think that Lai would be eliminated as our 5th. I think that team 1 would lose. I think that Ruby would be eliminated as our 6th. As our 6th. And then I think that team 2 would lose. I think that 8 Ball would be eliminated as our 7th. And then team 4 would lose. And I believe that Gady would be our 8th. And now it's time for a rejoin. Everyone here. I think that, think of everyone here. I think that Teardrop would rejoin. Even though I really don't like Teardrop, but Teardrop's fan base is super big. So yeah, popular than everyone else here. Well, she's been out for a bit, so yeah, she kind of needs to come back. And she will come back on Team 4, obviously. So the Team 4 will be disbanded because, I mean, only has 6 members, so might as well just put 2 members on each team. And that Team 1 would take Gelatin and Lollipop because they would have made the Newbie Alliance by now. I think that Team 2 will take Fries and Snowball because, you know, they're like kind of bros. Plus they're on good terms, especially from my BFB My Way. Go watch, by the way. And then that means automatically Teardrop Profiler will come over here to Team 3. And I think Team 3 would also lose. And I think that Fiery Jr. would be eliminated just because, I don't know. Yeah, and then I think that Team 2 would lose. I think that Donut will be eliminated. And then I think that Team 3 would lose again. I think that Black Hole would be eliminated. And then I think that Team 1 would lose. And that Nickel would be eliminated. Nickel. I flung him. And then I think that Team 2 would lose. I think that Golf Ball, in a surprising twist, would be eliminated right before the merge. Look at the merge. It's happening. So, yeah. I'll just put them into like danger zone and undanger zone and safe zone and stuff like that. So here is the final 21, and they've all made it to the merge. So I think 10 people would be inside the danger zone. I believe that would be Profiley, Tree, Ice Cube, Loser, Sir, Match, Winner, Book, Lollipop, Teardrop, Snowball, and Fries. And I think that Fries would be eliminated. Was our what, like, third? I think it's third. No, it's gonna be like fourth. Yeah, so our fourth. And then I think that all these guys will leave the danger zone, but Bubble, Fiery, Pencil, Snowball, Pen, Eraser, Blocky, and Gelatin would all be to the danger zone. And I think this would be a double elimination, and that Profiley and Gelatin would both be eliminated, but Profiley would rank lower because he had more votes. Both of our 5th and 6th people eliminated, so only these 4 leave the danger zone. And I think join the danger zone is Tennis Ball, Ice Cube, Winner, Lollipop, and Pin. I think that Pin would be eliminated as our 7th contestant. And then I believe that only Fiery and Bubble would leave the danger zone. That Loser, Snowball, and Book would all join the danger zone. And I think that Loser would be eliminated as our final person. Oh no, there will be 9, so yeah. Book, Tree, Blocky, and Teardrop all leave the danger zone. But Coiny, Eraser, Pen, Pencil, and Fiery all join the danger zone. And I think that Lollipop would be eliminated right before the next rejoin. So now it's rejoin time. And so out of everyone here, I think that that Golf Ball would rejoin. Just because a lot of people would see her, since I said it was unexpected, I think that everyone would see her elimination as being rigged, but it wasn't. So everyone would band together and vote to join Golf Ball, because obviously, like, you know, people like Stapy and Dora and Yellowface and Robati or whatever, they're not gonna rejoin. and Naily, Pillow, Basketball. They're not gonna rejoin. They're not gonna rejoin over Leafy or Flower or Ruby or heck even Donut. So they all banded together to vote for Golf Ball to join. So yeah, that's how that happened. And so now, it is going up from 10 to 12 people being in the danger zone. And it would also be double elimination rounds for the next 3 rounds. And so, and at this time, Winner and Ice Cube would both be eliminated, but Ice Cube would rank lower. So she got more votes. Oh my gosh, I almost called Ice Cube a he. It's really hard to keep up with 67 people's genders. And so, yeah. See that Bubble, Book, Match, and Tree will be the danger zone. All these guys will join back in. Well, them and Tree. So, yeah. And then next round, I think that Snowball and Teardrop would both be eliminated. It's because a lot of people would want to band together to get rid of Teardrop. Not just because she doesn't do anything. If she lasted this long, she's already rejoined as our 3rd and 4th people being eliminated. So, yeah. So, and I think after this, it would shrink down from 12 to only 6 contestants. And I believe that these are the 6 that would be up for elimination. And next episode, I think, will be that Blocky and Coiny would be eliminated. Just because, I mean, they've already had their own little arcs, especially Coiny in my BFDI, My Way, and including BFDIA. Plus, he got really far in BFDIA and BFDI, so, yeah. With his whole arc with Nickel and Fiery and such. And, you know, being with, like, Free Smart, I think, also. But, yeah, as our 5th and 6th contestants being eliminated, so, yep. Now, it will be single eliminations, and it will just be only 3 immunity spots. Well, 3, maybe 4. So, yeah. Just like the first person will be able to choose somebody to join in. I think that person who do the best in the contest will be Pen, and then Book, and then Tennis Ball. I tried to get a representative from about every single group. So Pen from like the Bros, Book from Free Smart, and then Tennis Ball with like the Golf Ball. And I guess kind of Tree would be kind of part of that too. He doesn't really have anywhere else to be. And so I think Pen would obviously choose a racer. To be safe because he's like the only best person. So these are the 6 that would be up from Nation. And I believe that Tree would be eliminated in a close vote between him and Pencil. So as the 7th person booted out. So, yep. And now I think that Bubble, Match, Pen, they would win. And the Bubble would obviously choose Pencil. So, but it would be close between her and Book because she got like a lot of votes the last round. So, and out of these 5, I believe that Book would be eliminated just because, I mean, she hasn't really done anything too noteworthy as our 8th contestant. Bam, booted out. So, yeah. And now, I believe the person who will do the best in this contest will be Golf Ball, then followed by Tennis Ball, and closely followed by Match. Because this will probably like a sports contest, and all these 3 have shown to be pretty smart in the past. So yeah, and Golf Ball I think would probably choose Fiery, and so to these 4, I think that Pencil will be limited just because I mean she got pretty far in both BFDI and BFDIA. So yeah, and then now it's time for the possible final rejoin. Yeah, the final rejoin. And you know what, I'll make it a debut too. So Price Tag debuts into the show, and I think for a final rejoin, obviously fan rejoin, because it's practically a rule where like if the first person booted out obviously has to come back, even if it was like the first rejoin, the second rejoin, or the last rejoin. Especially since BFDI did it, especially since they let Flower rejoin the final rejoin. So yeah, that's practically like every Obby show does it. So yeah, and plus I think I like that as a little thing because you don't get, especially with like newbies like Fanny, she only got like one episode to let her really let her personality shine. So if you let her rejoin, then you could let her rejoin. And I mean, Leafy was the second person out, and she got all the way up to here. So yeah, she must have done a lot. She probably would have had a couple arcs or so. So yeah, especially since he was in loser. So yeah, she probably would have had her arc with Fiery and like friends with Eggy, and she probably would have resolved all the things from season 1. But yeah, I mean, she didn't get second, but she probably would have still sold the island. I don't know, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really think too hardly into the arcs really for these. I don't know, maybe I will, maybe someday, but not as of right now, not really. So Price Tag joins the game, and Fanny rejoins the game. So, yep, this is our final, 9? Final 9. So, still the same thing. I believe that Pen would win, followed by Eraser, and then Fiery. I think Pen would choose Fanny, but she would have joined their bros group, and these 5 would be up for nation. And I think that Tennis Ball would be eliminated. So, yeah. They're pretty much like first, I guess, as a first elimination. Really. I mean, I don't really got to keep going counting track because there's not going to be any more rejoins or debuts. So, yeah. Because the next one will be at the final 2, and I'm not doing that. Or the Daily Obby show here. But, yeah. So, and I believe, out of everyone, I think that Fiery would get first, Fanny would get second, and then Price Tag would get third. I think that Fiery would choose match. Because, he's kind of like with Free Smart now, but since he was there from the beginning. But since that, the Squashy Grapes never chose him for it, so he kind of became more of like a Free Smart member. So it kind of got more of that like Fiery Comics match and Fiery type of feel to it inside the actual show for like most of where Fiery and Match was, and they both got really, really high. They both made it to the finale into the season 1, so the friendship really truly blossomed. So yeah. And so yeah. And so out of everyone that's affirmation, I believe that Bubble would be eliminated because but it may be really close between those 4. Let's just say that. Now it's getting like really, really close. And now I think that Price Tag will get first, then Golf Ball second, and then Eraser third. I think that Price Tag would choose Fiery. Oh no, she would choose Match. Well, they would choose Match, my bad. Yeah, they would choose Match because they admire Match for winning season 1 and getting really far in season 2. So yeah, they would want to learn from their skills. So yeah. And I believe that out of these 3, I believe that Pen would be eliminated. Just because he's the least popular out of those 3. Or like honestly, I like the least. So now I believe it would be 2 people and then 3 people, and the third person can be chosen by the first person that's safe. So I think Match would be the first one safe, then followed by Price Tag, and then I think Match would choose Fiery. And so out of these 3, that Eraser would be eliminated. Just because it's kind of fitting. And because Penn just got eliminated last episode, so yeah, he wouldn't have really anything to do besides like talk with Fanny and stuff and be rude to Golf Ball. And now it's just one person being safe. And so I think that everyone here think that Fanny would be safe. I think that Match would be eliminated just because she got really far in season 1. And she won season 1 and she got really far in season 2, so she got like 3rd or something like that. So And yeah, obviously Mash is my favorite character, so I don't want to blossom her too much to the point where it's like, yeah, she's winning season 3. She's winning like 3 seasons in a row. You know, that's crazy. See, so yeah. Yeah, but yeah, and then I believe that everyone here, I think that golf ball will make it to a spot into the finale. And then everyone here, I think that Fanny would be eliminated just because of rejoiners. Nobody likes rejoiners winning. So, yeah. Fanny Lee skipped like over 80% of the whole show, so yeah. I believe that if these 3, Price Tag would get 3rd, just because like, you know, she kind of also debuted like really late into the show, unlike Winner or Profiling. Maybe at least like, you know, I'm saying like, and then Fiery would get 2nd, just because I think he won BFB for me, and then Golf Ball gets 1st because she kind of deserves it, honestly. So BFB and T-Ball were kind of her season, so yeah. So see you guys in the post-split My Way. Oh god, and it's gonna be like the same cast and stuff, so it's obviously gonna be like the same 14 contestants. So Profiler will still debut, so it'll just be My Way. So yeah, okay, bye.